It's here. The footy season starts this week. We play the Giants. Let me get into this video. Before we start this video, tipping, again, link is down below, $50 buy-in, huge prizes, weekly prizes, Swoop Luke League. There's going to be over $3,000 at the end of the competition for the winner. It's going to be absolutely huge. Make sure you sign up down below before round 0. Let's do it, and I'll be in it, and I want to win the whole thing. Let me just tell you, I'm going to win the whole thing. So, like I said, the footy starts I was going to say the footy starts this season. The footy does start this season. The footy starts this week. We play on Saturday against the Giants. Look, in this video, we'll do a preview a little bit later on in the week. We'll do a team sheet one. We've got an opposition view as well coming out, which is going to be absolutely huge, which I love. But this one, I want to talk about the evolution of Collingwood, our sort of game plan, and what I want to see from the rest of the year in that sort of aspect. Now, let me put a disclaimer here, and I'll probably put it up here as well, that I'm not a footy analyst. I've only played up to like under 16s footy and one season a couple of years ago. I watch a lot of footy. I don't watch it enough to know the ins and outs of how teams work, structures, game plans. So this is all just my thoughts, a little bit of stats, but really just my thoughts and yeah, I just want to get that out of the way because, anyway, I just want to get that out of the way as a disclaimer. But look, let's talk about it now. So Collingwood, we know that our game plan is fast. It is break the lines. It is high pressure. You know, like when we congesting the sort of the attackers of the other team and crowding around them and waiting for that turnover and breaking through. So what is our natural evolution? Because Craig McRae and even the players, when they're getting interviewed this year, they're talking about getting better. They're talking about getting back to work. Steele Sidebottom came out and said that if we stay stagnant, our best last year is not going to win us games this year. So we do have to get better. And that's just an evolution just for life, really. Like, you know, the fish wanted to jump out of the water and wanted to do the land and evolution and dinosaurs, blah, 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 blah. Not going to really get into Darwinism, but, that sort of stuff and just evolution with yourself and as a person, and you're always wanting to get better. And, your mistakes yesterday are lessons. And, even if you've done good yesterday, you can always sort of do better. And that's sort of the mentality that I try to take with life, especially over the last couple of years. No one's going to be perfect. The game plan is never going to be perfect, but it's always about evolution. So let's look at 2002. We finished the year in the top 4, 16 wins, 6 losses, 104.3%. We averaged 83 points for and 80 points against. So that was when we were changing the game plan every single week, like what works best for us, what's going to help us. And that culminated in that huge Bulldogs loss at Marvel Stadium, where we then went on an 11-game winning streak. Lots of close games, but 11 games winning streak. And then you look at the lessons that we took from 2022, push them into 2023. We finish off the season first, 18 wins, 5 losses, and that's because we played one more game because of the gather round and stuff like that. 127%, averaged 93 points for, 73 points against. So our defense got better by a goal and a bit, and our attack got better by 2 goals. So when you look at that, 93 to 73, let's just say that's the average margin for our sort of games. That's a 20 plus point winning. And then you look at 2022 when we're winning all those close games, you're looking at a 3-point margin. Now, over the preseason, we've been seeing that we've been pressing a lot more. We've been more handball happy. In training, we've been doing handballing a lot, but then if you look at the Richmond game, we were doing 2 kicks to 1 handball. We had a 2-to-1 ratio, and that was on the back of 129 uncontested marks versus the Tigers, the most we've ever taken the most we've ever taken under a game with McRae at the helm. I don't think we're going to be playing that big uncontested game. I think we just ran the Tigers ragged, for lack of a better term, and we really did outscore them a lot in the turnover game. Now, that turnover game and generating scores from the defensive 50, that is our bread and butter. Now, I don't see that really changing. Outnumbering contests, I don't see that really changing. What I do see changing is that we are going to get faster. We've been training a lot of that in the preseason. If you see from the handball games, and you saw a little bit in the Richmond game, a little bit of it in the Kangaroos game the week before as well. So I dare say the evolution that we will be seeing is a faster Collingwood, but in saying that, everybody is going to try and get faster because that breaks down defenses, that generates turnovers, and it gives you look what 93 points on average that we scored last season, and that's what teams are going to emulate. You always emulate the premiership winners, and that's what teams will no doubt be emulating. Now, something interesting that Justin Lepage said before the Richmond game was that, yes, we're going to get faster. Yes, we're breaking down defense's turnover game, but we can't let that sort of impact our defense. So if we get a turnover ourselves, we have to be quick enough to go back the other way and defend. In 2022, we didn't do that well enough, and we had 80 points on average. And then 2023, we did do it a little bit better, and we brought that down to about 73 points on average, which is incredible, right? So where's the evolution from there? Now, I think the biggest evolution is winning close games. Incredible, because it's a heart stopper. You get the close win, you kick a goal after the siren, whatever it may be, amazing. But the evolution is to not put ourselves in positions anymore where we have to win or are in close games. Now, you're thinking about that Adelaide game last season. Didn't Adelaide kick like 7 or 8 goals on the trot or something, and we only won by 1 or 2 points? That was the second game at the MCG, and we were up by a bunch of points, and then we sort of let them come back. And that's something that Collingwood typically do, that they come out, rest a little bit, rest on their laurels, and then the team sort of comes back, and that's how you sort of get those close finishes. So the biggest evolution, the biggest thing that I want to see this year is, and I've said it for 5 bloody years on this channel, putting teams to the sword. We need to put teams to the sword, and, I dare say we probably sit around that 93, 73 for and against mark this season. I would love to see that for mark push up to about 100 points or close to 100, but you would need everyone sort of on song, and without that McStay big option, Brody Majek, Lockie Schultz probably helps that a little bit. But I dare say that defense probably sits around the same, and we'll revisit this a little bit later on in the season. But like I said, the evolution for me is I want to put teams to the sword. I don't want to have to rely on close finishes. And 2022, they said it was luck. They said it was a fluke. In 2023, we proved that it wasn't. It was very well drilled, very well trained. We win all 3 of our finals by a culmination of about 12 points or something like that, which, is heart-stopping, but I'd love to win a grand final by 30 points, like the draw in replay in 2010 when we won it by like 50-something points. But I think that is the biggest evolution, where we stop doing these close games. And the best thing about it is it's in our back pocket. So if we do get a close game, we know how to close it out. I know teams are going to be training that a lot this season as well, but we know how to close them out. We do really well, so we can win those. But I want to put ourselves in less positions, and in those to not play those close games and just go out and smash teams, which gets our percentage up, gets us on top of the ladder. Because I dare say we're going to need to start smashing teams this season, because it's going to be a very, very close season, especially in the top 6, and you need that top 4 spot. But anyway, look, this is just a quick video of what I wanted to see, the evolution of Collingwood in 2024. This will be the 3rd year of Craig McRae in the helm. So, that's just my evolution. Let me know your thoughts down below. Do you agree? Do you disagree? What do you want to see more from Collingwood? But until then, like, comment, subscribe, take family, take friends, take pets, and until next time, double shaggers, single shagger. I'll see you later.